Okay, co-heirs, this part of the show is one of my favorite. As we know, music has so much power to it and such a big way of influencing our lives, the way we feel, the way we look at different things. And so I just thought I would reflect back on a few songs, and these are not old songs. These are kind of up to date. This part of the show is about naming that song, and I remember a time when. So I picked out 5 different songs. Actually, I ended up doing 6 because I had to end on a really great one. But I picked out 6 different songs and pulled out just a segment, a few different sexist.
He's almost there.
I thought you was gonna keep going.
I was like, wait, we talking about sex?
I was like, I said we're going there.
Wait, hold on. Who gonna say that?
Okay, all right. The Saints. I was trying to hold on.
I don't want my mama to see this. Or my first lady.
Okay, I pulled out a few different seconds.
Okay.
Seconds. That's what I was saying. Seconds of each song, and I'm just gonna play it, and you guys are gonna try to name either the artist or the name of the song. And these are just things that are on my playlist. I'm Christian, yes, but I don't listen to gospel 24/7. Truth be told, I don't. You know, and I like a little bit everything.
We can live.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you know, if you got an issue now, there's no cussing. I made sure I edited my music. So, but we good to go. Children can listen.
Exes. Cardi B, yes.
Hey, okay.
Cardi B, Hot Tamale. Feeling for
I
like it like that. So what I really like about that part, I highlighted, I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. And I used to be there.
Yes.
I used to love when a ex text me because I was like, see, I told you you'd be back. I told you this was good. I told you I was everything you wanted and needed. But truth be told, the only reason why he probably texted me is because I was something familiar.
Right.
And whatever he was with at that time wasn't working out, so he wanted to come back. And it wasn't because I was all great and dandy. Have you ever enjoyed the texts from the exes?
Very recently. I know that was a reason I blocked my most recent ex. And it was just like, you can't pop in whenever you want to.
Right.
But it's like when it did come, it was like, oh, let me look real quick to see what he has to say.
Yeah.
But even when I would reply, because, you know, he still sent the messages because he still had access. Because I would reply.
Right.
And it's like, even if it's just like, how are you? I'm good. How are you? So it's like, I'm showing I still care. And it's still opening that door back up that I closed last year. And so like by having, you know, it's like you like getting that attention, but at the same time it's comfort.
Right.
Like I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable with him. This is someone who knows me. It's someone who knows what to say to be able to get back in. But it's also like you said earlier, like when you sit there, you think about it moments after, like, wow, he hurt me.
Right.
Like, why did I reply to him? Like, it's making him think him hurting me was okay.
Right.
And it's like, honestly, am I over it? Now I can say yes, but at that point in time, it was like, no, I'm not if I'm replying. So it's like, that's another process you have to go through to get to that point where it's just like, okay, no, block.
We're not
That's
doing
it.
this.
Block.
You're not doing this.
You're not.
So just really getting to a point in your life where you're secure enough in yourself where this is not something I'm bougie. Nah, it's called standards. You know, I'm gonna shamelessly put that plug in all throughout this.
Standard.
Make sure you get your t-shirt, okay? Make sure you get your t-shirt. Y'all ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, so the next one.
Just the two of us, no one else invited. Baby, jump right in.
Ooh.
It sounds like LMA.
Uh-huh.
It definitely is her. But I don't know what song.
I don't know.
We don't know that song, but we know it's LMA, right? So it's Layup, and the lyrics let's take a trip out there to San. I'm not good with lyrics, you know, but we're gonna focus on what I pulled out. It says, just the two of us, no one else invited, baby jump right in. She was talking about getting away on trips and things like that. And I know there's been plenty of times where I personally, and even just now, it's just like, I just want it to be the two of us. No one else invited. Baby, just jump right in, you know, go with me.
Listen here. There's been plenty of times I done went and got a hotel in Charlotte.
Come on.
For my ex.
Yeah.
My own coins. So it can be just the two of us.
Just the two of us. The things we do for just the two of us.
Yeah.
That's plenty of times.
It's look.
I'm like, hey, can
we go to the bathroom at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah.
Go to sleep.
Same time.
It's been plenty of times. I'm like, yeah, I'm at Briana house. This time I was still staying with my parents. Where are you going this weekend? I'm chilling Briana's.
Yeah.
She
Putting it all on me.
no, because you don't tell your friends some of the stuff you do,
Right.
because you know that they gonna look at you like.
And honestly,
Girl.
I mean, that has to say a lot about like your mindset. If I'm not able to even share it with my friends, like I know it's far left field. And I know that honestly, if I look at myself, I'm ashamed of what
you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
And if you do have that good friend, they gonna tell you about yourself. But
And see, and that's the thing, you don't want to hear about
You don't
yourself.
want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. That's it.
I don't want to hear. I just want to enjoy the pleasure of what's
it.
taking place right now.
It.
I don't want to think about where I'm going and who he's going to after I leave this point. Right now, it's just the two of us.
That's it.
yeah.
The things we go through. It's like
are willing to do.
as
Email.
Hello.
next song. Oh gosh.
Well, now she give me.
We're gonna talk.
Wait a minute.
You need those friends that tell you at the same time. You need those.
Look, that was like
someone
a
was
year ago. Year and a half ago.
The next song. Now y'all aren't looking. I'm gonna just put a plug in real quick. This girl is like, she's on the top of my playlist right now, and this song, like, we'll get into it, but listen to it.
I should've listened.
Oh, her. That's it.
Yes.
Her whole album.
Yeah.
Just
Her whole
that?
album. If
We
you're not
Could
up
Be.
on her,
We Could Be.
this is Against Me.
Against Me, okay. Yes.
Against Me. The lyrics I picked out from this song: I should have listened to my intuition. I put myself in this position. It's all my fault. Girl, she is speaking. Look in the mirror,
that
think,
about
what am I
15 years
missing?
ago?
Yes.
See anything different? Oh, I am so lost. I remember those times where I had lost myself, and I wrote about it on my blog. It's Confessions of an Heiress, where here it is, this little girl that used to dream of these big castles and her prince coming in the sweeper, and so many great things for me somehow got lost in that journey in the midst of giving all my time, all my attention to guys who were not returning that. And I know what it was look like. It was like me going against me. So obviously, all of y'all.
Yes.
Look.
Did you not hear my story?
Yes.
Honestly, to even make it more recent, I think I can speak for both of us. We're in that. You know what I'm saying? From that single side.
Yeah.
We're still in that journey of coming to know who we are and that thing we lost.
Right.
We're still in that, like, low key, one day I'm fighting myself because you put yourself here.
Right.
And one day I know who I am, and then maybe the other day I don't know who I am.
Exactly.
And I'm tempted to, you know what I'm saying? That is still a very real struggle
Right.
for me, I would say, as being a single individual. And we was just talking about it. Like, if we just had we literally was just talking about this probably like yesterday, day before yesterday. If we just had that dude, like, Lord, where he at?
Yes.
Where he at?
Because in our mind as single, that struggle stops.
Yeah.
You know, if we can just get rid of the old, get something new to get rid of the old.
Right.
And in reality,
My God.
we need to be free of the old before the
That's
new
it.
ever comes.
Exactly.
And the new
Don't
probably
bring
won't
all
come
that back.
until then.
We release.
And you really can't appreciate the new until you let go of the old, because when me and Led first started dating, truth be told, like, I was a little uncertain as to what I wanted from that relationship, and I wanted to keep things like with my little side pockets. Come on,
Just
you know,
in
we
case.
gonna just go just in case.
yeah.
And I truly couldn't go further into a relationship with him because I was not willing to let go of the old. And just from a married standpoint, it's times where even in my marriage I feel lost because I feel like I haven't, well, I can speak for myself. I haven't got to that point where I fully understand who all Jessica is called to be. That's a journey that I'm still going and traveling amongst. And I feel like different levels and different things that occur in our lives, such as when I lost my baby, or when family just disappeared out of, like, those things reshaped me and had me looking back at myself like, who am I? Like, where is that girl again that I thought that I should be? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can build on that, because that, just hearing those lyrics gives me 3 words: I am enough. And I know not my last relationship, the relationship before, when I ended that one, it was like something that kept sticking with me was like, I am enough.
Right.
Because there's like so much you put up with, like so much you go through, and it's like, well, maybe I do look in the mirror and I don't see what I want to see, or maybe I'm not where I want to be, or maybe I'm not good enough if I am a side piece, because it's like, what is in the way to make you not give all of yourself to me? And I think it took a while. I'm still there. Like you said, we're still there. We're still figuring it out, like that single role. But it's like, we're at that point where it's like, yeah, we're enough. And it's just like, stop, you know, going back. Because when you're going back, it's like, wait, am I enough? What am I doing? And so it's just like, it makes me think of those 3 words: I am enough.
I like that.
And that's it.
It's like a, this is a weird, probably nasty analogy. It's like somebody re-eating their vomit when we go back. That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
But what does the Bible say in terms of that? Only is it a dog returns back?
Oh
to
yeah,
the
that's
vomit?
vomit.
Yeah,
and I don't want to turn back to my own vomit. You know what I'm saying?
and I don't
Clearly
know if this
came
is
up for a
biblical,
reason.
right? But my husband says only a fool trips over what's behind them.
That's it. And it's funny because at the school I work at, I do 3, 4. I have 3rd and 4th grades that I work with, and so we have this. It's such a high standard in Miss Dow's class, and when we are in line, we are in a certain position, and then this thing that I've said, I've started from the beginning of the year, and it's ministered to me in such a way. The girls is my way of saying, when the girls look back and they want to talk, I say there's no reason to look back, and they say, because there's nothing back there for us.
I like that.
And so every time I see them, and it's just something as simple as because they're talking.
Right.
And I'm like, girls, why don't we look back? And they're like, because there's nothing back there for us.
That's good.
And they say it, and it hit me like, why are you looking back?
Why?
There's nothing back there for you.
Why?
And it's establishing a certain kind of concept in their head already. They think it's just Miss Dow saying, oh gosh, you don't want me to talk to my friend in the back. Now they think that. But as they grow, my prayer is that, what she really meant is,
and I think it will.
There's nothing that can help us go forward back there.
Right.
You know?
But since I can't build a man, I'm
La Portia.
work on who I am.
That's La Portia.
And all
I'm
my
woman. No? Is her name La Portia?
I don't know it.
No, so I didn't know her. It's Justice Sky, and the song is called Build. The lyrics are, but since I can't build a man, I'ma work on who I am, spending all my time on me instead of living in make-believe. And I like that. And the song is called Build. She keep talking about if she could just build a man, build this man to be loving, to build this man to be everything that she's wanting, an understanding man. But then she's realizing, like, we cannot change men. No. We can, if they have their mind set on one thing and you yelling at a man constantly, telling him he's no good, why are you with him if he's no good? Like, we can't do that. But understanding that, but since I can't build a man, since I cannot create this man to show up at my door and be everything that I hope for and more, I'm going to work on me. And I'm going to stop living in make-believe.
True.
That's good.
It is. I feel like we do that. We have so many conversations where it's like, if we could just put a little bit of him and like 6 9 just a little bit of him, and we do that all the time, and we laugh about it. But when you put it in that perspective, it's like you can't build a man. You can't, especially when they are a man. It's like they're pretty set where they are at this point. And I know even my last ex, who was 30, it's like he was who he was, and as much as I tried to fix this, say this, oh, let's go to church, let's do this. It was like, this is who I am. Like, take it or leave it.
Right.
And it's just like, you get to a point where it's like, do I want to take it or leave it? But it's like, oh, I'm not married, so I don't have to stay here. And it's like, if you don't want to change, then
I think a lot of times when we feel what we mean, because like you said earlier, women, we are naturally nurturers. And so in building them, we are tearing ourselves down.
We are.
Because then if we really love them, women love hard. And I know for me, there were times where my recent ex, I pushed. Like, we didn't have the same, we didn't like the same things. But I made sure that he knew that although I couldn't necessarily like agree or talk with you about this, or I couldn't relate, I'm going to invest in this.
Right.
And I have invested thousands of dollars into stuff that you like.
Right.
And I wasn't getting in return, but that's okay because I'm building something.
Right.
I'm establishing something.
Right.
Which is when we broke up, I was left so broken because not only did he break me, but I broke myself because I was giving him parts of me and not receiving that in return.
That's good.
And then we, like you said, we try to say, we want this, we want that. And we're creating a Frankenstein. And who is Frankenstein? He's a dead man.
A dead man.
that just walks.
A dead man.
Just walks.
And I think we think as women, we look at ourselves and we say, okay, in our minds, we're perfect. But we are not perfect for just anyone.
Nope.
So every guy that comes along, you don't have to show him how great you are, because if he was meant for you, he would see that.
He would see it. He would see it.
Yeah. I like that. Frankenstein is dead.
He's all the way dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Whew.
He didn't even talk, did he?
No.
He didn't even talk.
He just made noises.
He didn't even talk.
Yes.
I learned that whole song. The guitar and everything. Single
Beyonce.
lady. That was me.
She's rocking it hard.
She was.
telling you.
Can I?
On the shoulders.
You like it.
And I was still in the club when this song came out.
We was high school.
I feel like we was young. I couldn't even relate.
Because you couldn't, with the pop and every, look, as soon as it came on, and I was that girl, like, in the club, I had to be seen, so I was always on stage, y'all. But so here I am. I might as well been there. My face should have been on the club because that's how much I was there. But girls, shake. If he liked it, then he should have put a ring on it. It was like the national anthem for single women, and I think it actually still rings true in some people's lives.
Yes.
Like, if he liked it, then he should have put a ring on it. And you know what? And if he didn't put a ring on it and didn't like it, it's okay.
It's okay, because somebody will.
It is okay. And I found myself sometimes, well, actually the majority of the time, after my relationships, after they broke up, whether it was abruptly or however it faded out, I found myself in the club, getting dressed up, doing my own little thing. Yep. Waiting for another dude just to notice me. The same thing that was in her lyrics. So I think, but not only if you listen to this song, it's an empowerment song as it goes further along.
Well, I mean, if you think about just if you like it, you should have put a ring on. Even just that alone is saying that there was a standard at some point.
Yeah.
She said, "Look, if you liked it, then you should have.
You should have.
You didn't.
Right.
Don't get mad.
Don't
Right.
get mad. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was like I'm no longer tolerating
No longer.
something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like even just that can be. You can look at it and twist it.
But then she said, don't treat me to these things of the world. I'm not that kind of girl. Your love is what I prefer and what I deserve.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you should have
Yes.
put a
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, don't think that just because you come in and all of a sudden give me some roses or take me out on a dinner, that it's okay to get in these panties again.
No,
And
this is my panties.
you know what? You shouldn't have got in there from the get-go, but I was being too grown anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what my first lady say. She said me, she says, Danny, keep them panties on and keep them legs closed.
Come on, Leah. So y'all just watch Leah. You go back to her.
She said, keep them panties on.
I know that's right.
And I'm like, I'm trying.
And the struggle is real. It is real. Don't get me into, my gosh, it's real.
That's a whole nother segment.
I got this one last song. This song, when I first heard it, really resonated with me and made me look and shift my perspective completely about like who I was.
She went gospel on it.
She did.
I know that song. Tasha, beautifully broken.
This is my favorite part.
He said, you are beautiful, my lovely creation. Can't take my eyes off you.
And that's it.
Oh, that song.
My God.
Yes.
Like when I first heard that song, the thing, like, here it is, I've been looking for someone else to tell me how beautiful I am, that I am the apple of their eye, that they can't take their eyes off of me. And God is trying to tell me that himself. He's trying to remind me how valuable I am in him and what he stored in me. I am his creation. And that goes back to the beginning when I talked about him separating us from man, not to make us a fractured person that's broken without the man, but to complement him. We are whole.
We are.
Girl, that song.
That's beautiful broken, right?
This is actually, I Do It Again, but it is on the...
It's on that album.
It's on the...
Yeah.
It's a nice reminder. I think one thing I take from the season of singleness is just like being rerooted in God.
Right.
Because I know relationships I've had, it's gotten to a point where it's like you kind of like go this way instead of going towards God like you should be. In those relationships, obviously they haven't made it this far for that reason. And it's like there's plenty times in a relationship where I said you don't feel enough. And hearing things like what do you say? Like, you're a lovely creation.
Yeah.
Like, you just need to know that. And to someone, of course, God, but to a man who your husband is, like, they're going to view you in that way. They're going to view you as a beautiful creation. They're going to see things that are beautiful in you that you don't see yourself. And I think that season of singleness kind of helps me remember that. Like, you are, like, beautifully and wonderfully made. Like, you are, like, you know, a vessel. You are this. And it's just like, don't forget that, Briana.
Exactly.
Like, don't forget that, because I've forgotten it in the past. Plenty of times I've forgotten it. So that's a good one.
That is a good one. I told y'all that was the best. I had to say the best last. Because when she said, like, I know we question like who am I? Like that you are mindful of me, and then when she said, he said, oh my God, my God, that was it. That was it right there. He said it was all worth it, and yes, I would do it again. So you're telling me everything that I've done, all the sin that I've committed, all the times that I've turned you away, like you're telling me that yes, you would do it all again. You would create me the same all over again.
I think that discovering God's love in November, and I think we've talked about it, was that moment for me where I was like, okay, retract. You know, you need to figure out what love is. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to do that for me was going straight to the Bible. And it's almost like, you know, we say fire is hot. There's no question about it. Fire is hot. The same is said with love is God. There's no question about what love is. No, love is God. And when we think about the things, and I will Google love scriptures, and it will be hundreds that will pull up. And, you know, the most popular one we all know is, you know, it just talks about what love is. Love is patient, love is kind, love is this, love is that. And I'm still there, because if I'm being completely honest, I haven't been true to myself even from November to this moment, where I've been completely like bold in my stance of like not going back. You know. So I'm that is a daily fight, a daily battle. But what I will say is that understanding God's love is almost like his call to us coming back.
That's beautiful.
And when we understand it, it's like, little do we know, that one lost person, we're finding ourselves in his love. It's the perfect therapist.
It is.
The whole point of a therapist is we need to talk, we need to pinpoint, we need to get you to get back to who you were, or not even necessarily back to who you were, a better version of yourself.
A better version. That's it.
His love.
That's it.
His love is therapeutic, and if I can receive it, and if I can, because I can understand it, and when you don't understand it, you allow anything.
Anything.
And so
Anything.
it's taking me to understand what his love. What does it mean when God says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son"?
We don't comprehend that fully.
What does it mean when He say that?
Yeah.
And when you can understand the true meaning of that, then now you can see counterfeits all around it. And you will no longer accept that.
No longer.
Because His love has restored me. His love has renewed me. His love has changed my mind. His love has allowed me to find myself, my worth, and my value. And if He is such a God that would send His only Son to do that for me, then, sir,
His only son.
Sir.
You feel, even for those of you that don't even have kids, think about how you would feel if you had to give up your mother or somebody for the world. Like, it's like, oh no, I love her too much. But yet He gave freely, and it wasn't a second thought in His mind. This is something that he thought about well before He even created us. He created the end from the beginning, so He had already had this in store. And the fact that Jesus went up to the cross, and yes, He had His little moment, but it's okay, He was still human. He went up to the cross, and He paid the price for all of us. So this is the perfect song. Like, if you did not know, and if you were wondering, maybe you were somebody that's been out there, you've had about 3 to 4 kids, you got a baby daddy over here, a baby daddy over here, or you just lived your life so recklessly, you're still valuable, and He's still thinking of you, and you are still worthy, and still He would do it all over again. So girl, you got a testimony, and this girl talk was awesome.
it was.
It was awesome.
It was needed too.
It was needed. It was needed.
When the next session?
When is the next session?
Talking about next time.
A volume 2.
And volume 2. Look, if you guys like this, if you want to see more videos like this where we just talk, let loose, and explain, whatever, let us know. Comment below, share this video. We want to hear from you, as I said before, and we love you guys.
We love you.
You are worth it. It's Valentine's Day. Celebrate yourself,
Yes,
boo.
take
Go get
yourself
your
out.
hair, your nails done.
Your own self
That's
love.
it.
Come on now.
Look.
Send your, go get you an edible arrangement.
You know what? Or do what we doing.
Yes,
Do
this is
what
my
we
Valentine
doing.
right
Yeah.
here. Like,
here.
what you
Come
want?
through.
Make
Call
yourself
up your boo.
special.
And
Yes.
and you know, I say to every female, you need a girl. Like, it's so prominent. I don't know what I would do if I did not have somebody to kick it with and just voice my concern or my insecurities or whatever those things are. And you need somebody that's always going to be pouring into you, who's always going to be telling you that you are worth it and that you can do better. So if she's not doing that,
You need to kick out to the curb, snip, to the left, to the left.
come on, to the left. But until next time, co-heirs, no regrets, no looking back now. Live in purpose.
Bye-bye.
Bye.